Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today is the day 46 for our Palo Alto firewall training series. Today we are going to talk about global protect and AD integration. So in this video, I'll be covering what is Active Directory, how we can integrate it to Palo Alto firewall, and how exactly it works with global protect. And we will illustrate all this with the help of lab. So friends, basically today's video will be mostly practical, okay? And this will be recommended to everyone who wants to integrate AD in their environment, or basically if I tell you all the environments are integrated with AD or any other third party directory, some kind of I'll tell you what exactly a directory, Active Directory means over here. And also if you're going for any interview, or let's say if you want to understand the concept, it will be helpful. So I'll recommend you to please watch this video till the end so that you can understand this concept and you can use it in your real-time environment interview, as well as understanding the technology. And also I'll request you to please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video from me. So without any further delay, let's get started. So friends, before we gonna start the video, I just wanted to mention one thing, that please watch my previous video. I'm not going to configure global protect in this video. I'll just show you how we can integrate AD. Okay, so how we can configure global protect, you can just click on the I button and you'll get the video. If you are not able to find that, you can check the description box of this video. You will find the link of that particular video and you can go and watch that if you have not watched. Okay, so now friends, we'll understand what is Active Directory. Okay, as the name suggests, it's a directory. So directory of what? Users. So it's basically a directory of users. So where all the users information will be stored. Okay, so whenever you you go to office, you log into your laptop, right? Somewhere, like maybe if you are going to office, you log into your laptop or desktop. So that will go to your Active Directory and then it get authenticated. Okay, once you are get authenticated, then this AD user decides where you can go. Whether, I'll give you a simple example, whether you can change your wallpaper, whether you can use USB drive or not, whether you can change your screen server or not, something like that. So all the controls related. So with the help of AD, you will have the user information and you will have some kind of control over it as well. Whether you can change your proxy or not, something like that. Okay, so Active Directory is useful for storing the user information and also have the control. But in this video, I am focusing on the storing the user information. Okay, now we have got lot of other third party, like this is AD is made by Microsoft. Okay, but these are other directory services that you can use of. Okay, this is not only the one, but majorly if you go into any company, everybody is using Microsoft because there are a lot of compatibility, because everybody is using Windows laptop, right? So or Windows, so the compatibility will be there. That is the reason everybody uses Microsoft Active Directory services. Okay, now we'll understand how we can integrate that and how exactly it works. For that, we'll go to lab and we'll understand how exactly it works. Okay, so friends, let's get into the lab now. So this is our topology and I'll explain you how exactly it is connected. So this is a management interface. This is our inside and this is our outside, and this is DMZ. and this is our test user, which is a VPN user. Okay, so this is how the connectivity shows over here. Now basically what we are going to do is, so this is our VPN user. Okay, now basically once the VPN user connects to Palo Alto firewall, it asks some user credentials, right? So for user credentials, what we have used, local database. So basically what we used to do is, we have to create the user a name and the password inside the Palo Alto firewall. But in this lab, what we are going to do, we'll take a help of AD server, and here the user information will already be there. So when this VPN user connects to Palo Alto firewall, the Palo Alto firewall will go to AD server and ask whether this user has put in this username and the password, whether it is correct or not. Once this server replies, or the AD server replies it is correct, then the VPN tunnel will get established, otherwise it won't. Okay, so this is what we are going to do in this lab. So let me explain you about the step that what we are going to follow. Okay, the first step, okay, we are going to integrate the AD first. Okay, so basically I am going to connect the Palo Alto firewall with AD server. Okay, so the first step is AD integration. Okay, now the second step is, inside Palo Alto firewall, what we are going to do is, we have to map the user. So which user we are expecting that they are going to connect to VPN. Okay, so here we are doing the user mapping, right? And after that, in VPN we will say that for the authentication purpose, please go to AD and try to verify the user credential. Okay, so VPN auth method we need to modify. So these are the three steps that we are going to follow. Okay, so friends, let's get into the GUI of Palo Alto firewall. So let me rub this off and we'll go here. So this is our dashboard for Palo Alto firewall. So first of all, we'll go to the device, and then we have to go to LDAP. Okay, now as this is a LDAP connection, you can have a radius, TACAX, ICE, Kerberos, whatever you want. You can take that and you can configure the profile. Okay, so as this is a Windows LDAP we are using, so we'll just give a LDAP. So this is a LDAP profile, okay, for GP. Okay, now here we need to add the server list. Okay, what is here, just a name, we can just put a LDAP server. Okay, and we have to put the IP address over here. So we'll put the IP address 192.168.1.100. Fine, and this is the port number. This is the LDAP port number. Okay, now here, what is the type of the server? So it is an Active Directory. Okay, so friends, here we need to define the base DN. So basically base DN is, I'll give an example to you. So let's say google.com. Okay, so this will be my base DN, Google and com, google.com. Google and com will be my base DN. If I have created a AD server, I am going to find in this domain for the users. So that is the reason this is the base DN. If you are not able to understand, you can ask your server or AD team. Let's say if you are an administrator for server or AD user, for that you have to find, I'll show you how we can find the base DN for that. So we'll log into the server and I'll show you. So this is our Windows server, and once you open Active Directory, you will see this one. Okay, so I have created a domain which is bikash.local. So here what we have to write is dc is equal to Bikash. Okay, I guess this is capital one. Okay, and comma dc is equal to lab or local, I guess local. Let me verify this one. Oh, it's equal local. Okay, so now we have defined the local base dn. Now we have to bind this dn. So now we need a username password. For the reason why we need the username password is because we have to use that username password to for verification of every user who wants to connect to VPN. Okay, so basically whenever somebody connects here, I will go and check whether that user information is correct in the AD server or not. For that reason, I need a username to check that, right? So we should have privilege. So we should have a admin right so that we can do that. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to create a user. You can ask your AD team to do that. Okay. I'll just put the LDAP. Okay, LDAP, fine, and the name would be LDAP as well. Okay, LDAP @bikash.local. Next, here we need to define the password. Okay, I'll just define the password. So I have defined the password. Now I don't want to change and I don't want to expire. That's all. So we have created the LDAP user. Now we have to go here and we have to type. So LDAP @bikash.local. I'll just make it as capital, and the same password what you have entered over there or whatever AD teams provides to you, you just put the username password. Now you have to ask them that this user has to be part of administrator, otherwise it will not work. So administrator, this user has to be, otherwise he will not be able to, until and unless he has the privilege to verify the username password, it will not able to do any other thing. So the user should have to be a admin, part of admin member. Okay, not required for TLS connection. Okay, now we are done with the LDAP profile here. We'll do a commit now. So friends, the commit is successful now, and this is just a warning, nothing else. So configuration committed successfully. Now we'll go to the user identification. Okay, here we need to add it. Okay, what we are doing a mapping, right? So we'll just take that profile. Okay, and we will just mention the grouping. So user GP map, that's all, a name that you can give. Okay, now here this you don't need to do anything. Now here, as if you are okay, like if you have put it a correct username and password as well as the base DN name correctly, you'll get this group, and in this group you will get all the names over here. This is failing because we have not configured that it has to use a service route. Okay, so every time whenever you do anything, like whatever the service, email, DNS, DDNS, LDAP, whatever you do, it will try to do with the default interface. So default interface is management interface. So right now our LDAP is reachable via ether 1 by 1. So I have to define 1 by 1. Okay. Now also we'll just put the Corpus as well. This is not required exactly, but I'm just putting it. So let it commit and then we'll start the video again. So the commit is successful, friends. Now we'll go back to the user identification and then we'll add a name. Now we have to choose our server profile that we have created. Here we just need to map it as LDAP map. Okay, LDAP GP map. Okay. Now here we don't need to define anything. We have to go to group and we'll see. Okay, now you will see all the users name over here. Okay, now we'll create a different a username which needs to be authenticated at the time of tunnel, when the tunnel established, like when the user tries to connect to the VPN, will generate that kind of user over here. So we'll just do that, create a username. Okay, we'll just name it as global protect, or maybe global protect. Okay, here also we'll just put the name over here like this. Next, and I'll put the password over here, C and C. Okay, so the password is finished and we are done. Okay, now here if we just refresh it, I'm not sure whether it goes like this or not. Okay, see, and whether we are able to see that particular name or not. Okay, so we'll just add it over here, that particular. So we'll just check once whether this user is a part of which, so member of domain users. Okay, so what we can do is we'll just add the domain users. Okay, done here. And in authentication profile, we just need to change to local database to LDAP. Okay, and we just define the server profile, advanced all. Okay, and we have to do the commit. That's all we need to do. Okay, now we'll go to the test user and try to test the connection. Okay, so friends, now the change is successful. Now we'll go to the test machine and try to check how whether the connectivity is all right or not. So we'll try to open Google Global Protect client and we'll put the IP address, which is 200.1.1.10. correct. Now we have to put in the username password what we have entered into LDAP. Okay, so this was the LDAP username password, which is Global Protect. Okay, so we'll just put over here key capital Global Protect. Okay, and we'll put the password over here. Okay, now once we put the password, it goes here. Okay, and tries to get the user validation. So you guys can do a capture as well, or if you want, I can share the capture as well, the pcap file. If you guys do a comment, I'll do that. Now you can see that the user is connected, and we'll try to do one thing. We'll try to check whether we have connectivity till server or not. So we'll just check what is the IP address of the server. Okay, so show IP interface brief. So IP address is 10.1.1.2. Okay, we'll go to the test machine and we'll try to ping 10.1.1.2. okay, it's supposed to ping. Okay, request timeout. Okay, now you can see we are connected to the server as well. Okay, And if we go to the monitor as well over here in global protect, you see that it was connected as LDAP. Where is that? Okay, I guess I guess there are a lot of messages, so I need to find it out. Okay, so method, as you can see, the authentication method was LDAP. It was not there in the local database. If I try to show you, there is nothing called as global protect, and in the authentication profile as we are using LDAP. So it means that it is connecting or it is authenticating with the help of this LDAP or AD's directory or Microsoft server. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys in this video. If you find this video helpful, please do a like, please give a comment. If you have any suggestions, you can put it on the comment box, or you can send me an email, or maybe you can send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video from me. Thank you so much.